What we're doing today is I'm pulling out the greasable, and I have a squeak up here. I don't know if the squeak is coming from a pulley or a belt. So here's what we're going to do. First things first, we're going to grease all of the pulleys, not the belts, okay? If the squeak goes away, then it means one of our pulleys up front is bad and we need to replace it. They all look kind of crusty, but I don't know which one it is specifically. I'll probably replace all of them over the coming months, but I want to start out trying to replace, whichever one specifically is the problem child right now. Now, if we spray the pulleys and the squeak remains, it's maybe a belt, and that's a lot easier. I'll just go buy all new serpentine belts, which I'm going to do eventually anyway, probably in the next few weeks as the car gets back from Visionary Car Club, because it's going to be wrapped, and get all that awesome stuff done. So I'll be replacing those belts if it's the belts. Now, if it's not the belts and we still have a squeak after we spray the pulleys and after we spray the belts, then it could mean, and probably means, that we have a bad bearing in one of our pulleys. And then again, we just have to run down which one it is and get it taken care of. So first things first, we're going to spray up our greasable. Y'all, this is the best this is the best lubricating grease I have ever used. And yes, I mean what I say. It has the nozzle here with the straw on it to reach places that are tough to reach and really get direct application to very specific areas that need to be greased. Not only that, I will tell you guys, this is a great high heat grease. I have used this when I did the upgraded Brembo brakes on baby girl back here. I use this to lubricate the brakes and the metal on metal contact areas. I have not had any squeaks out of my brakes because of greasable bull snot. Let's go. So we want to shake every bull snot product you use. You want to shake it really, 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 really good and make sure you get it nice and mixed up. Then we're going to go ahead and pull our straw here. And right down here, we just want to spray a few little areas to work that grease into our pulleys here. Because what we want to determine is it a pulley or is it a belt? So we've done that. Next up, let me switch sides again. We will be breaking down the entire intake today. If you guys see right down here, the boot is torn, okay? So I'm going to be going and buying new intake hosing to pipe out down here for far better intake, cool intake air. Also, I'm going to be pulling down the air box to check and see what the filter looks like. We want to check and make sure our filter's good in there. And then I want to pull the entire thing down up to the throttle body because I want to get in here and decarbon the throttle body today. And here we are, Beamer Builds Knox, over at AutoZone. Let's go in here real quick and see if we can get some fresh, new air intake pipe for this old broad right here. Let's check it out. All right, Beamer Builds, so I came in here and I was worried all we were gonna have was the aluminum here, but Craig helped me out and we found the Spectre Performance Flexible Air Duct 3 foot. Oh yeah, it expands, beautiful. All right, so this is what we're gonna grab. We're gonna grab this today. And then, Craig, where are your, well, does this come with, let's see. I wonder if it comes with band clamps. It probably doesn't, does it? So I need some band clamps. I think they're up front behind the counter, aren't they?
If we have them, we'll be up front, yes, sir.
All right, let's take a peek here.
Although we have some metal zip ties down the electrical aisle.
I probably want to go with band clamps. Yeah, there they are. All right, y'all. He said, come on back here. That's how they know me here. I buy so much stuff. All right, y'all, check it out. So while I'm here at AutoZone, I went ahead and popped the air box and look at this filter. Yuck. So we are about to change this filter out. Oh my God, look at that. That is awful. Let's run in and change this thing out real quick, y'all. All right, Beamer Builds Knox, coming at you from AutoZone right here. We have got the air filter ordered. Since it is an older air filter, it's gonna take a couple days for it to get in. We got our Spectre new air piping. Let me show you guys. This right here get it to clear up for you. This right here is what I want to fix. I want this piped out down there so that she can breathe a little bit better. All right, so let's see what it takes to pull apart an E30 intake so we can fix this. We got our Spectre kit. It's going to work fantastically. We got our 3-inch band clamps from Napa. First thing we got to do is disconnect our MAF sensor. Now, I think, guys, I'm pretty sure it's just these two nuts here that hold this whole part of the intake in. So I need to loose this and this here. Your main intake boot, we'll set that to the side, and then we'll just pull this whole assembly straight out. So let's see if that's it. If it's just these two nuts here, I'll be right back. Okay, so that was it. It does just lift out now. I didn't disconnect them all the way. I just kind of half took them out. I did move this wiring harness out of the way here in the housing, so be careful with those wires. And then we loosed our band clamp here for the intake boot. Let's pull this thing out real quick. Okay, so this is fully part of the air intake mass airflow sensor full housing and rig. It's not just a sensor like it is on my V8 that plugs in. This is a whole like mass airflow mechanism, okay, and sensor. The throttle body, I was correct, is right here. I started to clean it, and I need to remove this to get behind it. So full removal of the throttle body. There are 10mm nuts here, here, there, and down below on the back side right there. Let's get that throttle body out and clean it up proper. Hang tight. And as you can see here, a nice 4-inch extension will get you right back there to that nut to be able to pull that last one off. Let's get her down here. Now, I'm not going to disconnect all of these hoses that run to the throttle body here. I'm just going to reach around behind here and clean all that up and lube the throttle body actuator door there. And then I'm going to get in here, as you guys can see, and I'm going to clean up some of that carbon buildup in there as well. So let's clean this throttle body up, clean up our air intake, and get everything put back together. And as you can see, there was plenty of carbon buildup in there. It looks a lot cleaner now, front and back. So let's go ahead and get the throttle body put back together. All right, a little bit of freeable on there after we used our greasable to clean up the throttle body in there. Look how smooth that action is. Let's go. Freeable for the win, baby, and greasable for the win. Where's my greasable at? Got to plug them. Greasable. Let's go. All right. Now to clean up the MAF sensor and start getting it all ready to go. I've got my air filter all nice and cleaned out and degreased, and I'm letting it dry. Obviously, you don't want to be sucking air through or water through the system, so we're gonna let that dry out real good. Let's get this thing cleaned up, y'all. So all of these are super cleaned up, very nice. Now let me show you guys what I did here. Let's see, here it is. So this is where the old busted boot was connected to. That was this fella here. So what I did was I went ahead and used a flathead to pry this off of there. And we're just gonna go ahead and put a brand new Spectre intake hose on there. And we're gonna pipe it right down there into that open pocket to pull proper cold air in. Let's do it. And look at that seal. Perfect. Even without the rubber gasket, but we'll go ahead and put a band clamp around that before we snake it out down through there. But oh my goodness gracious. And I got all that room to snake the intake wherever I want it. Let's go, y'all. Yeah. All right, Beamer Builds Knox, there we go. The new intake is piped out, all cleaned up. She's shiny as could be. Throttle body's cleaned up, MAF sensor's reinstalled, MAF sensor mechanism in here is all cleaned up and decarboned. Only thing left to do, double check everything, and let's light this old girl up. Here we go. Woo! All right, baby, I know you're old. Be sweet to me now. Woo! Let's see what she's got, y'all. Oh my goodness. Woo! Oh yeah. Right here at Beamer Builds Knox, y'all. Where we build them mean, baby. Where we build them mean. All right, y'all. Intake is done. New piping is done. She is beautiful. We're gonna get that new filter in a few days, but we cleaned it all up. Cleaned up and decarboned the throttle body or carburetor. I gotta figure out what this system is so I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's it for today on the Darkwing E30 right here at Beamer Builds Knox, where we make them mean.